Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through the notes on reflections. At the end of this, you should be able to say, I can reflect an object about a mirror line. Okay, so when an object is reflected about a mirror line, all the lines and angles are the same size in the image. Okay, so here's the object. Okay, and then that's the image. The object is all we've also referred to that as the pre-image. Okay, so you start with this and you reflect it about this line here, and it turns into the image there. These angles, that and that, these angles here are all the same, and then also these side lengths are the same. Okay, so the only thing that's happening is it's getting reflected about this line right here. Okay, the mirror line is also the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining a point on the object with its corresponding point on the image. Meaning, let's say we've got this point here was reflected over this mirror line to get this point here. This mirror line right here is perpendicular to this line, and it also cuts this line exactly in half. So it's the perpendicular bisector. Same thing as this here. This line, this part, and this part here, they're the exact same length. Right angle, same thing with that there. Okay, now with that important information there, let's do this. Let's reflect the object in the x-axis and then also in the y-axis. Okay, so let's first do this in the x-axis. So here's our x, and then here's the y, right? So we're going to take this here and reflect it over the x-axis. So let's just draw ourselves a little dotted line so we know where we are reflecting here. So really, basically, probably the easiest way to do this is say, okay, here's the reflection line right here. It takes 1, 2, 3 to get down to here, so that's halfway. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 more, and there's your new, that's this reflected point. Same thing here. Go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there as well. That's the new reflected point for that there. And this is at 7. So down here we got to go stay on that same vertical line and got to go down 7. And there's our new reflected point, right? So it should look, here's our reflected image about the x-axis. Okay, so that reflected over the x looks exactly, well, should look pretty close to that. All right, now let's do the same thing now with the y-axis. So let's try green with this one. So here's our y-axis, right? So here's our reflection line. And so this point here is going to reflect over this y-axis right here, right? So from here, getting back to the y-axis, we're going 1, 2, 3. So we got to do 1, 2, 3 more, and there's our new point for that. This over here is at 8. So follow that same vertical line, and we go over until we get to 8 on the other side, which is that. And then this one here is at 9. Follow that vertical line, go over until we get to 9, and there's 9. Here is our reflected triangle, which is now we call that the image. Okay, so the y-axis we did is the green one, and then over the x-axis was the blue one there. Okay, so that's how we reflect objects over about a mirror line. Okay, if you have any further questions on this, please feel free to ask in class. Thanks.